What happens when the charisma and ambition of a Hollywood legend collide with the enduring wisdom of a Stoic philosopher? Will Smith, the actor, musician, and global icon known for his charm, resilience, and relentless drive, versus Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher teaching control over desire, inner freedom, and the mastery of the mind? Watch closely. Comment below with your thoughts, who you think will win, and subscribe now, because this clash may change the way you see fame, ambition, and true fulfillment. This is Will Smith versus Epictetus.
Life has taught me that success isn't handed out. It's earned through effort, resilience, and the courage to show up every single day. From the streets of Philadelphia to the global stage of Hollywood, I've faced rejection, criticism, and moments when the world seemed ready to write me off. Yet every setback became a lesson. Every failure a step toward growth. I've learned that ambition without action is meaningless. Dreams alone don't move the needle. It's what you do, your daily habits, your relentless pursuit of improvement, that defines you. To create, to inspire, to lead, you must embrace discomfort, take risks, and never let fear dictate your choices. Complacency is the enemy. Boldness is the path forward. People often admire the spotlight, the fame, the applause. But those things are fleeting. What matters is influence, the ability to lift others, to inspire change, and to leave the world better than you found it. Leadership isn't about being seen. It's about the lives you touch, the opportunities you create, and the example you set. Every choice, every risk, every leap of faith contributes to your legacy. I also know the importance of self-awareness. Strength isn't just physical or professional. It's emotional, mental, and spiritual. Understanding yourself, managing your reactions, and staying grounded amid chaos are what allow you to navigate life's unpredictability. Challenges are inevitable, but how we respond to them is what separates those who merely exist from those who thrive. I don't shy away from ambition. I embrace it, but I've learned to pair it with purpose. Success without meaning is hollow. Achievement without empathy is empty. True greatness comes from combining talent with discipline, influence with responsibility, and vision with action. I encourage everyone listening, dare to dream, act decisively, and never fear failure. But also cultivate awareness, kindness, and wisdom along the way. Life is a series of moments, choices, and actions, and it's up to you to ensure they leave a mark that matters. I am Will Smith, and I've discovered that the path to fulfillment is paved with effort, courage, and relentless pursuit, but also reflection, growth, and purpose. Watch closely because the lessons we uncover tonight aren't just about fame. They're about how to live, how to rise, and how to inspire.
Will, your journey is inspiring, and the achievements you describe reflect courage, resilience, and remarkable talent. You have embraced action, risk, and ambition, and the world has rewarded you. Yet I urge us to consider a question beyond success, beyond applause. What of the mind, the soul, and the serenity that no fame or fortune can grant? The Stoic teaches that external circumstances, wealth, recognition, even influence, are neither good nor evil in themselves. They are indifferent. True freedom lies in mastering what is within our power, our thoughts, our judgments, and our reactions. You speak of boldness and ambition, yet the greatest mastery is the mastery of desire. To be enslaved by fame, by praise, or by the fear of failure is to surrender control of one's life. Action is indeed necessary, but it must be guided by reason and virtue. Courage without wisdom is reckless. Influence without justice is hollow. To live well is not merely to achieve externally, but to cultivate a mind that remains calm amidst chaos, unshaken by fortune, resilient in the face of adversity. The applause of the world is fleeting. The tranquility of the soul endures. Ambition can elevate, but it must be measured by ethics, moderation, and awareness. Every risk, every pursuit should serve not only oneself but the greater good. To chase desire blindly is to risk becoming a slave to fortune itself, perpetually restless and unsatisfied. A life of external triumph alone may be celebrated, yet internally it may be fraught with disquiet, anxiety, and longing. You urge others to act, to rise, to inspire, and rightly so, but consider, inspiration that neglects wisdom is like a fire without direction, capable of warmth but also of destruction. The Stoic path is not opposed to action, but it orders it rightly, ensuring that every choice aligns with reason, virtue, and enduring value. So, Will, I do not dismiss your achievements. I honor your courage and tenacity. But I ask all who listen to remember, the mind governs the life, not fortune. Seek to act boldly, yes, but act with virtue. Seek to influence, yes, but influence wisely. Seek to inspire, yes, but let inspiration be rooted in the mastery of self, not the fickle praise of others. In the end, the measure of greatness is not in what the world admires, but in what the soul attains. True triumph is calm, purposeful, and free, and it is this triumph that endures long after applause fades.
Epictetus, I hear your wisdom, and I respect the depth of your insight. Controlling one's mind, maintaining inner calm, and living with virtue are noble pursuits. Yet let me ask, what is wisdom if it does not meet the world with action? Ideas and restraint alone do not change lives. They guide, but they do not build. Action turns vision into reality, and impact into legacy. You speak of indifference to wealth, fame, and fortune, but these external tools are not inherently corrupt. They are instruments. They allow us to create, to influence, to empower others. To fear ambition or avoid visibility is to limit the reach of one's potential. Courage, effort, and boldness are necessary complements to inner mastery. The world tests us not in thought alone, but in deed. Self-mastery is powerful, but without application, it risks becoming detachment, isolation, or inaction. Life rewards risk, effort, and the willingness to be visible in the pursuit of purpose. Leadership, influence, and achievement are measured by the lives we touch, the change we create, and the example we leave. You caution against attachment to outcomes, but guided effort, coupled with responsibility, transforms potential into real progress. Ethics remain essential. To act without virtue is folly, and to pursue ambition recklessly is a path to destruction. Yet a balanced life combines inner discipline with outward action. Wisdom paired with courage becomes transformative. Calm reflection paired with initiative becomes revolutionary. We must not fear the stage or the spotlight. We must engage, shape, and inspire. I ask this of all who listen. Let your mind be master, yes, but let your hands create. Let your ambition be guided, yes, but let it move. Let your influence uplift, yes, but let it reach far. True greatness is not merely measured by inner peace. It is amplified when thought and action meet, when restraint and boldness unite, when vision becomes legacy.
Will, your passion, courage, and energy are remarkable. You act boldly, influence widely, and inspire millions. Yet the Stoic question endures. To what end? Actions without wisdom, without temperance, without self-mastery risk leaving the soul in turmoil, no matter the applause outside. True greatness must harmonize external achievement with internal virtue. Fame and fortune are fleeting, applause fades, influence wanes. What remains is the character of the individual, the judgment exercised in every choice, and the tranquility preserved amidst life's chaos. To be enslaved by external measures of success is to surrender freedom. The mind, disciplined and virtuous, allows one to act decisively without being shaken by fortune, loss, or envy. Action is necessary, but it must be intentional. Boldness without reflection can harm as easily as it can inspire. Effort without virtue can destroy as easily as it can create. The Stoic path does not deny ambition or engagement. It orders them rightly. To act is essential, but the measure of action is its alignment with reason, justice, and lasting value. You urge impact and visibility, and rightly so, but impact rooted solely in external outcomes is fragile. The Stoic teaches that true influence stems from example, wisdom, and calm judgment. Lead, act, and innovate, but let every act be grounded in self-mastery, ethical awareness, and purpose that transcends personal gain. So, we'll pursue boldly, shine brightly, and inspire passionately. But remember, the mind governs the life, the soul defines the legacy. External success alone cannot protect against anxiety, fear, or regret. The greatest triumph is enduring, calm, and ethical. It is achieved when action is guided by virtue and courage is paired with wisdom. Listen carefully. Engage with the world, yes, but do not lose the world within. Influence, create, and shine, but do so as a master of yourself, not merely a master of circumstance. In this balance lies enduring greatness, a life both powerful and serene, a legacy that transcends time.
Tonight, we witness a collision of bold action and inner mastery. Will Smith showed us the power of ambition, courage, and influence, how energy, initiative, and visibility can shape lives and leave a mark on the world. Epictetus reminded us that true greatness is not only measured by what we accomplish externally, but by the mastery of our own minds, the cultivation of virtue, and the serenity that endures beyond fame and fortune. Life calls us to both, to act boldly, take risks, and create extraordinary achievements, while also reflecting, tempering desires, and nurturing inner wisdom. The greatest legacies emerge when action is guided by virtue, ambition is balanced with reflection, and influence serves both self and society. Comment below who you think won this debate, what lesson resonated most, and how you will apply it in your own life. Subscribe now, because more transformative clashes await, where the timeless wisdom of Stoics meets today's icons. Watch, learn, and let the lessons from Will Smith and Epictetus guide your journey toward courage, mastery, and lasting impact.